Today I'm standing at the Front and Market Street bus loop terminal slash whatever it is. It's really just kind of a little shelter here, standing in the middle of the street. I guess it's a nice place to, establish as a terminus or a turnaround point, right? But anyways, I'm here because I'm taking bus 44, which usually goes to Ardmore, but on very rare occasions, like just a few times a day, it goes out to Gladwyne. Which, as far as I can tell, I haven't really done the metrics on this, but I think it counts, or at least could have a good claim to being the least served town in SEPTA's network. So that one was not mine. That one was just going to Ardmore. Like I said, most of them do. But Gladwyne's coming up next. So whenever it gets here, I suppose.
A little later.
Going to Gladwyne?
Gladwyne?
Yeah. Yep.
It doesn't work.
Doesn't work or no? Okay. So, interesting development. Farebox doesn't work, so I did not have to pay for this. Anyways, this bus initially just kind of cuts across Center City. It doesn't stay on Market Street the entire time, but basically it stays along that central corridor until it gets to the river, and then it turns north to go on the highway, the Springfield Expressway. So that's basically the route of this bus. I assume more people are going to be getting on this later, probably because most of the people going to Gladwyne are taking the subway to 30th Street or something like that, rather than riding the bus across town. But, we're special like that, and we do things like ride entire bus routes from end to end for no reason, because that's good content. So yeah, we're just going to sit here kind of crawling through traffic. We could easily, beat this bus over to 30th Street if it went down into the subway right now, but nope, we are committed. Here's our favorite museum. I went in there the other day and bought some stuff. It's cool.
Can you hear me? Yeah. You can walk the opposite way. Come this way. Over.
Definitely picked up a few more people, that's for sure. We're now getting off the highway.
City is now. Ballarat City.
So we just kind of trundle along through suburbia. It's really nice and wooded out here, though.
Gladwyne.
It's so funny that everybody's cleared off this bus except me at this point. I'm the only one left.
Young Sporting Riders Mill.
So yeah, we are now in Gladwyne. I don't have long to stick around, but in 21 minutes, this will become the 52. Turn around and go back. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of walk around a bit and try to find a shop. I don't know. Buy something while I'm here just to make it completely not worth nothing me coming here. Looks like this might be my best shot. Going across the street for no reason. And I got here just in time because it closes in 15 minutes. So we'll see if it's opened, because at least Google says it closes in 15. If it's open, I'll head on in and see what they got.
A little later.
This is actually a nice little cute store. It's a nice little convenience store. And yeah, they don't carry a lot of stuff, but I did get this Minute Maid watermelon punch, which I'm curious about. Honestly, I just kind of did it for the bit because I did bring a soda of my own to drink. It's in my backpack back here. I did bring this from home. So maybe it's a little daft of me to buy another drink out here, but I couldn't resist. I couldn't let myself say I came out here for absolutely no reason at all, so yeah, there you go. It was a very charming and cute town, actually. Well, the bus 52 leaves in 16 minutes. So I'm just going to wander around just a little bit more, because why not? Saw that there was a park nearby, which is interesting. Got a little timer on my phone set for 10 minutes just to tell me to head back to the bus stop. But yeah, I'll just poke out a little bit in every direction and just kind of see what's going on. Well, that's interesting. A little private road down here. Yeah, this is such a tiny town. It's not that surprising it doesn't get much service. But yeah, it does seem like a prime candidate for elimination because, well, I was the only one who got off there, and I'm probably going to be the only one getting on, so. This drink's not bad. I like it. I got the Gladwyne Free Library. Also a very nice and small, quaint building. Unfortunately, it's not open. Looks like I got here a little too late. It closed at 5. That's okay, though. Should also note there's a very pleasant breeze here. It's a lot cooler, at least cooler feeling here than it was in Philadelphia. I'm not sure what that's a function of. Altitude, I don't know, so something like that. But it's a lot more pleasant here. It's a lot less oppressive. I like it. Good temperatures, good vibes, and very infrequent transit. It's so quiet out here. Pretty nice. The location of the park on the map is a little deceptive because Google draws these 2 green areas next to each other, and it looks like that's the park, and it looks like there should be an entrance this way. There's not. There's no entrance this way. The entrance is down one of the streets that I already went down. I'm not entirely convinced I have time to actually go find it now. So, oops. And I'm not going to miss this bus, because if I do, then the next one's not for another 2 hours, and so I would like to skedaddle. So the interesting thing about this service is that it's really just an out and back bus route that connects it to the city, but the 44 goes to Front and Market when it goes back in, and it originates there as well. But then the 52 goes to 49th and Woodland, which is a completely different part of town. Like this hybrid bus route that just kind of like forks out and goes to multiple different places. So it's just kind of interesting how that works. How funny, it's the same driver. So. had to double check to make sure that I actually knew what I was doing. That he was turning into the 52, which I already knew. That's why I'm out here, because that's exactly what happens. And yeah, they let me on the bus before the bus is even turned on. It's weird being in here with the lights off and stuff. But he's standing outside right now, and he's on the phone with somebody, and we're gonna get out of here in probably about 2 or 3 minutes. The return trip up to City Avenue is basically going to be largely the same, basically just running the 44 in reverse. But then we branch off, and that's where it gets a little more interesting. So, once again, since this is the same bus as before, the card reader is broken, so I didn't have to pay. Although since it's a different route, I believe that it would have been a free transfer anyway. Oh, there's a 44 inbound to Gladwyne. We are definitely back in civilization now. It's honestly not a surprise that it's called the 52, because it runs down 52nd Street. The bridge we're crossing under is actually part of the regional rail network. And in fact, this is the Pennsylvania Railroad main line.
Last stop, one direction open for routes 11, 12, 36, and 54.
All right, and that's it. We have now arrived at the Woodland Maintenance Facility. Yeah, we just went to Gladwyne, visited across the street here quick. We visited a really quaint small town that is arguably the least served town in all of SEPTA. Only a few buses per day. And they're all extensions of other services. They're not separate services. So yeah, hope you found that exploration interesting. Now I have to figure out exactly how I'm getting back home from here. There's probably a few ways to do it, but I gotta check. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.